It's Christmas time, that magical time of the year where we're probably spending way too much money buying gifts for people which they will never use, and at the same time receiving far too many gifts which we ourselves will never use. Now don't get me wrong, some people are great gift givers, and you sometimes get a gift which you didn't realize that you wanted or needed, but you actually get a lot of value out of. But way too often people are just giving and receiving gifts out of some weird sense of obligation. So when we exchange gifts out of obligation alone, are we actually having a good time, or is everyone just feeling mildly to moderately uncomfortable? Couple this with the fact that cost of living is completely crazy. Why the hell are we doing it? There's enough going on at this time of the year without having to organize gifts for your 30 second cousins that you never actually see. I used to buy for so many people, so many friends, so many family members, each one got an individual gift. This year I'm buying for my brother's kids and I've got 3 Kris Kringles. That is it. So Christmas shopping has been pretty stress-free. So, how can we reduce the financial and mental stress of gift giving at Christmas? And other times of the year for that matter. Now, people like their rituals, and they may get somewhat defensive if you try to do too drastic of a change all at once. Depending on when you're watching this, it may be a little bit too late to do any drastic overhauls this year, but now is a great time to start planting some seeds for next year. Now, the most efficient, direct option here is just don't do gifts. For the last few years, my siblings and I said, no more gifts, let's just do experiences instead. Bowling, escape rooms, weekends away, shark diving, bloody gin tasting, pasta making classes, whatever, just do an experience together. You could just say, let's just spend Christmas together, don't worry about the gifts. Now, of course, some people are going to be really resistant to this. The idea of not unwrapping or giving any physical gifts on Christmas just won't sit well with them. So if your family or friends are set on giving physical gifts, probably the easiest solution is to implement some sort of Kris Kringle. That way you can put more effort into that single gift and it will satisfy people's need to actually give and receive gifts at Christmas. You can use a website like Draw Names to randomly allocate you the loved one that you will be buying your Kris Kringle for. And if you want, you can even add a wish list. There are a few different variations you can do for Kris Kringle. My immediate family and I are each buying for one other person, we've got a $100 limit, and we've all set a wish list. I'm a little bit torn on the whole wish list thing, to be honest, because on one hand, you're definitely going to get a gift that you actually want and will use, but on the other hand, if you're all spending exactly the same amount of money, and you're all buying each other one gift from a wish list, then you may as well just buy yourself that thing. But then it is a way to satisfy the whole giving and receiving gift thing whilst not wasting money. It works. We also made sure to have our wish lists finished early so people could shop Black Friday sales and try to get some good deals. Depending on the group that you're doing Kris Kringle with, you may have to go through a slower evolution. I have a group of 8 high school friends and we all used to buy each other a gift worth $25 to $30. So we'd be buying for 7 other people. And that was just too much. That's too many people to buy for. So after a while we realized maybe it would make more sense to do a Kris Kringle and just pool the money we'd spend on each individual person and then they can get a more substantial present. But then we were spending $140 on one person. So after a couple of years of doing that, I was like, guys, I think we need to calm down a little bit. Let's lower the price. And we ended up settling on $80. And then this year we were like, why don't we do something completely different? Why don't we set a $25 limit and the gift that you buy the other person needs to be either pre-loved or handmade. Now that can be arts and crafts, that could be pottery, that could be food. But it needs to be made by yourself or it needs to have been a pre-loved item. No buying new stuff. So it's much less wasteful and it's a bit of fun. Bad Santa is a third Kris Kringle variation which I'm doing with my mum's side of the family. Now, if you haven't heard of Bad Santa, essentially the idea is each person buys a single gift and they go into a pile. And in a randomly allocated order, each person takes turns in picking a present out of the pile. Now, if it's your turn and you pick a present out of the pile and you don't really like the look of it, but you do like the look of somebody's gift who's gone before you, you can opt to swap your gift with that person's gift and keep that gift for yourself. So it kind of sucks if you go first, particularly if you like your gift, because there's a lot of opportunities for somebody to take it. Now this may cause some fights, but it's also a bit of fun. If you wanted, you could be a bit of a dick and just choose a present that no one's really gonna like. What we're doing this year is we're setting a $30 limit and we're saying try and choose something that you think anyone in the group could use. Try not to pick any gifts that someone's gonna actually hate being stuck with at the end. But if you wanted to be a dick about it, you could get really creative about the horrible gift that you could include. It could be quite funny to just include the crappiest gift that you could think of. It depends how you want to spin it, but it does seem quite wasteful for everyone to just spend $30 on a crappy gift that nobody's actually gonna like. Remember that people can be really defensive and stubborn around holidays and traditions, so don't expect to be able to completely overhaul your family Christmas in a single conversation. But it's never too early to start dropping some hints and planting a few seeds for next Christmas. And if you word it in a way that emphasizes that the most important thing is spending time together, not just buying gifts for each other, couple this with the fact that everything's really expensive and everyone's really stressed and busy and cost of living is just messed up, who doesn't want a more relaxed Christmas? When you don't have to worry so much about buying all these gifts, you just get to enjoy that lead up to Christmas. And you know what? It's easier said than done, but you can always opt out. You're an adult. Probably. I don't need any more stuff. I feel like I have enough, and I'd rather focus my energy on spending time with the people I love than be rushing around buying gifts. I hope you understand. As reasonable as that may sound, I know that some people are gonna hate that, but you can always try. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did and you found it useful, you can give me a thumbs up if you want to. Also, if you have managed to reduce your total number of gift giving with your friends and family, how have you done so? What were the strategies that you used? How did you word it to your family? Or if you want to make some changes, what do you want to do and what are the hurdles that you have to get over? Let me know in the comments, click on the face to subscribe, and happy holidays. See you next time. Bye.